of the failed HR initiatives were made on based on assumptions. You have seen the workforce in a way that you run the employee survey once a year, and that is your primary source of data of learning about the workforce. Are you an HR leader or a business leader? So let me talk about some of the situations. Let's see how this resonates to you. So situation number one. As an HR leader, most of the decisions you make based on assumptions or your own personal feeling. And you think that is your matter of expertise of working in the field for many years. Another thing is about you have seen the workforce in a way that you run the employee survey once a year, and that is your primary source of data of learning about the workforce. Let me broaden it down a little bit even for the business leader too. Are you in a situation when you're seeing this one, the executives, even the managers are doing the thing, even they don't know why they're doing it, because they're just doing it because they just want to feel like they have to do it, and because their manager or their supervisor asked them to do it. You kind of accepted already that the workforce will have a high turnover rate. And if you just like that, it's the natural norm because of the present situation, and you Gen Z, all the fault because of the Gen Zs. So then, I want to share with you a valuable insights here, which I have conducted last few years period of time. So what we did since 2021, I took around few hundred companies, and all these few hundred companies, 40% of them are multinational companies, the 40% of them are local corporate, and 20% of them are established startups. So when you get all those hundreds of companies in this demographic, there are specific things I have run through which I'm going to share with you what do I find on that matter. So now, what we did on this one, look into all those companies on different spectrum based on the demographic I just mentioned, is about what amount or percentage of HR initiative has been failed, and how many percent of them was based on assumption. So first of all, we find out that 75% of the HR initiative was being made based on assumptions, based on the data, but based on assumptions. So now we look into all the failed objective of the HR professional. We find out this one, all the HR professional where they failed in the HR initiative, 80% of the failed HR initiative were made based on assumptions. 60% of the CEOs find out that HR professionals, leadership team is not meeting their expectations in terms of the transformation or the business growth vision they have in the company. So now, how do we can solve this problem? Now, so this is like a big gap between the HR leaders and the CEOs and the business leader or the investor right now. To solve this problem, this one is about the framework we use is called Pro Workforce Flywheel Framework. It's a flywheel we create inside the workforce, so we can continuously take the company to grow and go to the next level. So what is this next level means? Normally, what you see company have a 5 levels of business that we are in. So for level 1 is $0 to $1 million business revenue. So that's very much like a startup company. Then we have a $1 million to $10 million business revenue. That's level 2. Level 3, $10 to $100 million business revenue. Then we have $100 to $1 billion business revenue, level 4. And level 5 is a billion to 10 billion or even $100 billion business revenue too. So those are the 5 levels. So all the flywheel effect is about we need to create our workforce that flywheel effect so that can take the company from moving from level 1 to level 2. But now, one of the mysterious things happening into our present industry is about based on different expectations, based on different economic situation, and also the different expectation of the customer. Most of the company are in a situation they need to transform their business model to stay up even the existing level because their revenue model is dropping significantly. So they're losing their present level and dropping out. And that's why the CEOs and CFOs and investors are looking to reverse that model to take the company to the next level. So now, how do we reverse that one? How do we can take the company moving forward? So now, to do this one, what we need to do in a flywheel effect is about, we need to build 3 particular columns into the business. The column number 1 is the disciplined people, and column number 2 is the disciplined process, and the column number 3 is the disciplined culture. So now, in this video, I want to explain to you more about the column number 2, which is about disciplined process. There are 2 bricks we need to use to build this column. So the first brick is about insight about the workforce. And second brick is about the synergy of the goals. So now what does it mean? So when you talk about inside of the workforce, so most of the HR professionals, when you talk about inside of the workforce, it's all about having a staff survey, which happens once or even sometimes once in every 2-year period of time. So now that is not the purpose. To get a better insight of the workforce, there are total fundamental 6 business areas we need to look into it. Number one area is about workforce model development. You guys already know what kind of workforce model do we running into it. So the second area is culture. So when you talk about the culture, it's matter coming with our employee experience, like an example. What kind of employee experience the companies are looking for? How they wanted to operate into this one? What kind of managers they want to work with? How they feel when they're working on manager as well too? What they expect from the manager as well too? So third area is about the leadership. What level of leadership do we have? What kind of leadership cultures do we have built around in our workforce as well? The fourth area is a system. What kind of system we put on together in our workforce? Area number 5 is the process. And the last area about HR branding. So now, when we look into in detail all this area inside of each of the area, we start to understand better about our workforce. Then we have a tangible numbers to make a right decisions of the workforce too. So that's the first week. The second week is about the synergy of the workforce. So that means how the CEO's goal is aligned to the C-suite level goals, how the C-suite level goals is aligned to director levels, how the director level goals is aligned to middle managers, even and aligned to even executive level too. So now, when somebody, an counter in a customer service, a girl speaking to a way to the customer, a customer service agent, that speaking way is directly lead to one thing is the CEO's goal, which is ultimately leading the business forward too. So that link need to be built. So now, the question is about how do we can build this column better, efficiently and effectively in our workforce. To start, building this column in a workforce in a better way is about, the first thing is about look into what are the most unknown area into the workforce. Like on the sixth area, which is the most unknown area, and use our fundamental expertise to understand which are on fire right now. So normally pick up 2 to 4 area and run a specific survey on that area, not about just an online survey, but running a specific diagnostic to bring up a really tangible amount of insight about the workforce. So that's the step number 1. So when we have the step number 1, the next step we will look into is about running a top-down and bottom-up approach to understand how much people are well aligned to the business goal and how much the executive is aligned even with the CEO's goal. So it's not about just only CEOs need to be given goal to the executive, but CEOs need to be also aligned with the executive level too. And that is a really good test, because when the top-down approach and the bottom approach both are well aligned, means now we have a perfect combination about this brick, and we utilize the best approach to build a strong column called discipline process. So now, you may thinking that how do I can really efficient? Is there a tool book to apply this framework? So for this one, I have run the 6-7 years of research on these hundreds of companies, and I have developed and brought it down after fighting like 5,000 hours I spent to write the book 100x Business Workforce. So that I personally don't like reading books with a lot of ideas. So this book is all about providing you tools, templates, frameworks, and steps. So the book works like exactly like a cycle. So if you run from chapter number 3 to chapter number 11, you have a step-by-step approach how to create a great model steps for your workforce as well too. So then you can able to bring and build up this column from your workforce. Now you're thinking about that, okay, how to get that book, right? Check the description section of this video. There's a link over there, and you can click and you can join the priority list, and you can get an early access of the book, and you can get a tons of other bonuses, perks, and tools as well too with the book. And the best part is about to join the wish list, you don't need to pay any money up front, and you don't even need to put your credit card information as well too. So go down and check the link of the wish list and join the wish list. And now you may be thinking about how to build the column number 1. How to build a disciplined people. So for this one, I explained to the step by step how you can do this one. To check the video right now, so you can build that column number 1, which is about discipline process. So click the video right now. I'll see you there.
Are you looking to make your workforce more productive and effective? Yes, right? So then I have a great news for you. So check out the description section of this video. There is a bunch of scorecard for you. So what is this scorecard for? So those scorecard can help you to assess different aspect of your workforce present situation. And then when you take the scorecard, you will get understanding of your present situation. You will get industry benchmarks, And not only that, you will also receive our expert advice as well too, so you can tackle them and make your workforce more productive and effective as well too. And one more great thing, there is no fees for scorecards, so feel free to use and also share to your friends and other colleagues as well too. And if you need more our help, so check the also description section, there is a link for us where you can book an appointment with our expert to have a conversation as well too. Are you a business or HR leader? Then this is an excellent challenge for you. So don't forget to subscribe right now so you don't miss out the next valuable insights and tools and guidelines from us.